Kia ora team. Quickly looking at our school shape, in particular from the edge of the field. So obviously, if we look at the picture here, men, with the ball being on the edge at a wide ruck, having two of our backs in that ruck, and the rest of our backs spread across. Our forwards want to be splitting the field almost in a 2-4-2 shape. So one forward being in that ruck, another one unemployed or close to. The other two loose forwards being 6 and 2 on the other edge of the field, and our four tidies in the middle of the field. Remembering the key sort of positioning here is our 5 being our ace, and our 1 and 3 being our sort of ball carriers, and our 10 at first receiver, our 2 midfield backs being in the hinge position, H1 and H2, and the rest filling from there. Quickly looking at our options from here, men. So if the ball comes out, we want to get that ball wide and into the hands of our ace runner as quickly as possible. And if the carry call's made, he's going to tip. Hinge 1 is going to run their line, and then will be the outside cleaner. If that happens, then the pod next door steps up and sets a similar shape, but this time off 9. So 4 being the ace, 1 being the Rambo, the tip option, 6 stepping up and being the spice line, 10 becoming hinge 1, 13 becoming H2. And then obviously the remaining players, 2 loose forwards and 2 backs, will step up and play the short side option. Quickly looking at our other option from the edge, men. Same setup. This time the ace player is going to go up the back because he's heard the spice call. Hinge 2, which is 12, is going to commit, be an option himself first and foremost, and then if that defender jams in, then the 1's going to run that spice line at the back of the defender that's jammed in, and 4 being a 2-pass option if we're good enough. And remembering H2, which in this position is 13, will be in that position to play up the back. Cool. Looking at that now, obviously if we play through, 12 will tip, 1 will carry, 12 will inside clean, 4 will outside clean, 3 will double check, and 5 will turn the corner and form that same shape as we did last time with the H1, H2, spice runner, etc. And likewise with the short side, filling space and looking to play that if it's available. Team, quickly looking at our line out strike option for our 5-man or our 5+1, and it's going to be called our Honda. Our first look will be our tempo option with our halfback stepping up to the front of the line out, receiving a short pass or short throw from the hooker, and heading it straight back to our +1, which in this case is 7, and he will have blindside winger in motion, who will get a fairly static pass from him and have 8 and 12 on a down. If that does not happen, then we'll fall into our normal line-out process. Ideally, we want the ball middle to back here, men, and that'll fall down to halfback curling, our +1 getting out into the 15s, with winger on inside option 8 and 12 on a down. Okay, so similar setups. Let's look at that now. So 7 gets out, fairly lateral, gets that ball nice and wide. Once he receives the ball, he has 11 on there as an inside option, especially if that +1 or tail gunner jams, then that'll be a good option for us there. If not, then we have our most dominant ball carrier on a short side with 12 on his shoulder. And once again, if we feel like they're going to jam, then we have the backdoor option to 10, and we can play wide straight from there. Cool.
Of course, the most recent All Black, 1,198, most recent All Black for St. Paul's. And here's a good charging run by Rompling Alex. This big, huge...
Hey man, quickly looking at our line-out structure, in particular our war shape of our 5-man, which are on our Rema shape. Cool, so we're looking to get the ball to the middle, to our pull jumper, come down, and then it's really straightforward. We're getting the ball to our +1. Our 2 props are getting in and squeezing him out, becoming connected, and then getting the ball back to 2. 8 in this case will connect where he's needed. But we're really working hard for our 2 lifters and either going corner or post. Cool. Now looking at our 6-man shape, which is our uno, and once again it's our war default where we're looking to get the ball to our pull jumper, which is 5. The big change in this setup, men, is that we've put an extra forward in, so our 8's in the line out this time, and our 3 will become a double head, and the 8 will take his spot. So looking at that now, remember we're all moving on the ball. This time 3 gets up with the back lifter, becomes a double head. 8 fills his role. 1 comes around, gets ball nice and quick, and then we can get nice and long and work straight away into our post, working into this part of the field. Cool.